So you're gonna cross over to Old Meadow, and there you will be.
Does it look like anybody's watching us?
Like entering the town?
Yeah, or like anybody. Yeah, any people that stand out specifically. People that don't look like they're from like a farming town.
So us? Are there any more of
you
us?
guys?
Us minus Dustin.
Not in particular. Like you're heading into the town proper, and it's early morning, so you're not really seeing a whole lot of people. They're all out. The majority of them are all out doing what they're doing. I do have a town map we could fly to for.
Yay, maps!
Old
On
map.
the map, on the map, on the map, on the map.
Here. So you guys would be coming in over here-ish in this just vicinity, actually. You'd be coming from down here.
Okay.
The stream over here it's not like that. I'm talking about like you were passing a river. This is like a smaller like brook stream situation over here.
Cool. Uh-oh. Skippy's out there alone. Somebody get there with him.
Don't worry. Everything's good.
Before he goes door to door asking if this is a brothel.
So you're seeing houses, like you get more towards the middle, you'll start seeing, they're not very big, but like you'll do see stores, like there's a general store, there's a store, they're based on like wagons and wagon wheels and such, traveling.
Love that song.
A lot of, like I said, they tend to focus on horses and axe beaks. So like the main thing, like you'll see wagons. Like you could get wagons to go with it. There's leather working for like the saddles and saddlebags, etc. Stuff like that. Like all the accoutrements that would go with a mount is like essentially what you're seeing.
Do they have any axes made out of the beaks?
No. What was that?
Dustin, look around just at the different houses.
You're breaking up a lot.
What's the position where I am?
No hablo robato.
Is it better here?
Robato. Yeah, that's a lot better.
Weird. I literally shifted just from one side of the bed to the other side of the bed, and it works better. I don't know. Can Dustin walk around to some of these houses and see what their farming situation, what kind of like greenery they have?
Well, most of this is like you're in the town. You, from what I got from what you said, like it was just you and your parents on your own farm. This is a community, so like the town and where people live is here, but the actual farmland kind of surrounds this area.
Oh, okay.
So like you went through it as you came in. It's enough farmland where like what's being used as you're coming in, like there's a lot of land surrounding this town, and it's, I guess, quote unquote uncontested because they're not that close to other towns, but you could tell that they were doing a good job like rotating where crops were being planted and letting land rest a season, and it seems like they make enough to sustain themselves for the most part because they are pretty far off from like a main city area, so like they're not really gonna be able to travel far enough to like sell outside of to each other what You know what I'm getting at? Like they're too far away to like take their food elsewhere to sell because they won't make it.
That makes sense. Okay, cool.
So yeah,
That's
they're primarily they're self-sustaining as a community, and their main export would be the like the horses and axe beaks, which
cool.
can
All right.
actually travel.
All right. So why are we doing this town in the first place? We're trying to find those 2 men, right?
Yeah, and those 2 gentlemen said that they're most likely at the inn if they came this way.
Do we know where the inn is exactly?
I turned to the 2 guys who were accompanying us into town. Do you mind pointing it out to us?
And they point down the road, and they're pointing at this larger building in the middle there.
Thank you very much. Also, do you by chance have a smithy here in town?
We do.
Whereabouts may that be?
Yeah. Have it over here.
We'll give them a polite nod. Thank you very much.
Up that way. Kind of a smithy general store. He does it all up there.
Aura, no, can't hear you right now.
Huh?
All right, no DM. That means we rule. Hey,
And Skippy dies first.
we weren't planning anarchy.
Not at all.
Have we gone separate ways with the 2 guys that led us into town?
I think we were just about to split from them.
All right. Once we walked away, I just perhaps I'm not remembering. But what 2 men are we tracking down currently?
So there are the 2 men that, from what, as I remember it, from what Elzorna and Iggy said, they betted with one of the knights that they came around this way. So they
all
might
right.
have the key to the tower, or might have the tower itself.
Possibly the same 2 men that were spying on us, yeah?
I actually have something that might allow this to locate them a bit quicker. And I'm going to cast Locate Object on the key.
Okay, because you did find that supposed sketch of what the key looked like, but you are not even wandering around
And
for a
the
bit.
description from the lady who had the sick guy or the almost dead guy with her. I'm focusing more on the one of the description that the lady gave us.
She never saw it. She didn't give you a description of the key. She wasn't
I swear
part
she
of.
did.
She wasn't part of it. The guy in the bed was.
Right, I had a feel. All right, I'm trying to locate the key that was lost.
And you are not finding it.
Shit, that's 1,000 feet.
Yep.
Well,
So you have nothing?
nope. either they're not here yet, which would be a bit of a surprise.
Or possibly they're here and they don't have the key.
Yes. Well, I'll keep the spell up for the next 10 minutes either way. Let's head to the inn then, unless anyone has any objections.
I want to go see the wizard.
I think we need to find out where we're going to be sleeping first. Or where we're going to bed down. I know we have a tent and a house.
Or a
But
tower that I can summon.
or a tower we can summon. But at least let's get a check in the tavern to see if we spot anybody who look like who we're looking for. Then we can get our bearings on what to do.
That sounds like a good plan to me.
To the
I have a
inn.
good plan. Did I make a good plan? Oh, I'm happy.
Dustin, I am honestly really happy that we have someone as smart as you here.
I'm smartical. I read books. I'm educational.
So Skippy is saying this 100% seriously. He's sitting there like, really? I don't know if we could last without someone as smart as you here.
Dustin has this big dumb grin. And he's just walking along happy and proud as can be. Was it this one here?
Yes.
Correctamundo.
It looks like it may have at one point been a barn. Like there's still like a silo situation. It looks kind of like cobbled together from a barn, silo, more add-ons to it. It's called the wheelhouse, and it does have like large wooden wagon wheels on the side of it, just painted big bright colors to like
And I'm sorry, which city are we in currently?
this
town?
is the town of Old Meadow.
Okay. Just adding the things into the notes.
Yep.
My character sheet looks not right now. And I think it's because of my internet, not because of anything else.
Well, there was a notice on Roll20 when I logged in saying that there's lag and everything's being slow.
Oh.
So it may just be Roll20, as per usual.
Evil wizards are hurting my character.
Alright, are we gonna go in?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you guys.
Alright.
Let's go.
Dustin's
So-
gonna step in.
Front entrance is up this way.
We're gonna go in the back door.
Is
There
there a
is
back door?
There really isn't one. Not that's open.
Okay.
Um,
Seems like a fire hazard. What?
there are other doors, just not there in particular.
I
But
like how Xanroar is the only one that took the path.
So you head inside, doors open. There's a couple people there. There's it's not really it's more like a desk than a counter. Like there's an old man sitting off to the side. This is a very rugged looking place. There is a bar. There's you're in the tavern area. There's stairs in the back that head up into this area up here. You kind of walk into this main area over here, and there's an old dude. He's kind of like he's got gangly limbs, but he's in a pot belly, and he's got a wicker hat and like a long white beard, like that, cartoonishly curls up at the end. Big nose. He's like, good morning. You're new. I know. Never forget a face.
Excuse me?
You're new, ain't you?
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm not new. I'm Skippy.
Nice to meet you, Skippy. I'm Trappy.
Whoa, that's a
Oh.
cool name. I
There's
skip.
two
Do
of
you
them.
trap?
I used to
That's
in
cool.
my
What did you trap?
youths. What was that?
Skippy asked, "What did he trap?"
You know, varmints.
Yeah,
Things
I
what-
understand that.
You know, things what be a nuisance around the town.
Does this person look mentally stable?
He looks old. So-
Well,
The future Skippy.
if you're ever looking to trap something that's a nuisance, back in Everbright, we have a neighbor named Gary, and he
Okay.
keeps coming over and yelling at us about, stop yelling, stop doing all this, stop lighting fires in the garden. And I keep saying, hey, we're just trying to handle a situation with the lady in our closet. Can you please stop? But he just calls the cops every time. I don't understand.
He's just sitting there like, and he's like stroking his beard. He's like, "Here's a quick method to take care of that." And he leans in like conspiratorially, and he whispers to Skippy.
I'm just gonna step in. I don't think that that's the wisest.
But, all right.
Whatever you say.
Listen, he's a little. He'll take you a little literally, and we don't want. Well, maybe we do want. I actually don't know.
We don't.
We don't. I
I
appreciate.
think we're getting a little off topic.
Oh, right, the men.
Men?
You say you never forget a face, right? Or that's what you said when we came in.
Damn, Skippy. I mean.
What?
yeah.
What do I do?
We're looking for two gentlemen who might have come through, who should have come through in the last few days. And I give a quick description of the two. I think one was a human and the other was a halfling, if I remember correctly.
Human had blonde hair.
Yeah,
They were both human.
both human.
Yes.
Wasn't one shorter, one was taller, one had long blonde hair.
I don't know.
Remember
Is
that
that
correctly?
is that what you think? You could well he's like stroking his beard and he's like, seems a couple of folk like that came by a day or two ago, yes.
Do you know which? Did they stay here or are they still here?
He stayed here at least a night. One of my girls was taking care of them.
Oh, what were they doing? Like, cooking?
I kind of put my hands
You kinda-
over Skippy's, where Skippy's ear should be, and I kind of lean in. He's a little young for such subject matter, if
What subject
so.
matter? My girls are pure. Don't you dare be saying nothing different about my girls. I'll kill your asshole. It just goes off.
I'm just looking at this little human.
Would you like a kind of rotten cabbage?
Shaking his cane at you.
Would you like a kind of rotten cabbage and retribution?
What?
I think we've once again gotten off
And he,
topic.
and he
Is there
goes,
something
yes,
wrong
and he
with
takes the rotten
cooking?
cabbage and throws it at Xanroar.
Xanroar just kind of lets it land.
That's what you get for being rude about my girls. And then you see like a couple like young women, one behind the bar, one's a waitress. Like they just kind of pop out and go like, "We love you, Pa."
Hi, I'm Skippy.
Hi, Skippy. From like the array of girls in the room.
You know what? I think I might just be a detriment here. I'm gonna go wait outside.
Hey DM,
Yes.
from the people that poke their head out, do they look normal? Does this look like an incest type thing?
Oh no! Stop! It's Craster's Keep.
Oh my god!
There are. You're only seeing a couple. They're of like varying ages, like older getting younger, and the youngest of them looks maybe 16-ish.
These are all your children.
Yep.
Where's the mother?
She passed on a few seasons ago. I still got my girls.
Well, you have many hands to take care of you. My big friend meant to ask. You said that your girls were taking care of the two people we're inquiring about. Did they move on from town since then, or are they still here?
I'm not too sure. Don't handle the books no more. Don't got the mind for it.
Could you show us who does?
Kind of like it's like, hey, Sarah. And the youngest one comes out from one of the back rooms, wiping her hands off on her apron. It's like, yeah, Pa? It's like, these fellas got a question about some other fellas that was here? And she comes over and it's just like, what's going on?
We're looking for two gentlemen that some of you were taking care of a few days ago. We're wondering if they had moved on from town, and if so, when.
Do you know who they were?
I believe we have a description.
Don't have a name, but we have a description. Is anyone in particular want to give them? Or
Nick, the player, doesn't remember. I remember one was shorter than the other, and one of them had blonde hair, but otherwise, I don't quite remember it perfectly.
they were both humans. One was more built than the other, and then the larger one had long blonde hair, and there was a shorter one that I don't know much about.
Can't rightly remember myself. I could ask my sisters. Y'all gonna be staying with us for a while?
I don't think we're gonna be here specifically, but we're gonna be in town for a bit.
She taps her chin. You know, there ain't a better place in town for you to stay.
Well, I can make a tower.
Dustin is gonna say, "I need to
Skippy.
use the conservatory."
Yes.
And
is gonna leave.
pretty much everyone but Dustin. You kind of get the feeling like the way she's looking at you and kind of like raising her eyebrows a bit, like she wants you to stay, but she's not.
Skippy.
She's not willing to say why.
Skippy gets that reaction a lot from him. He understands.
Dustin, you're like completely oblivious to this exchange.
Oh yeah, no, he has no idea. The player has a better
Xanroar
idea.
is turning a little red at this. It just kind of is awkward. Like,
Xanroar, you're the one with
Coughing.
the highest passive insight. I'm gonna tell you that that's not what she's getting at.
that isn't what she's
That is
getting
not
at?
what she's getting at. The other two might make that mistake, but you get more the feeling she has something to say, but she's not willing to say it in front of her father.
Do you mind showing us the rooms? Maybe that will help you decide, Skippy.
But I can make a tower.
Yes, but I'm sure
But-
you need
but
the
Skippy-
experience of hoofing it on the road a bit more. You're a bit too sheltered for now, and plus it'll be more convenient just to stay in town for the night. Would you mind
Yeah,
showing us some of your nicer rooms, if you don't mind? What was your name again?
Sarah.
Sarah.
That's Miss Sarah to you.
Well, Miss Sarah, do you and your sisters like magic?
Magic is great. I sure like it. And she
Uh,
waves them to follow. And
Oh. I guess Skippy isn't show off his.
Skippy, if you want, you could show off your skills to everyone down here and to Trapper here.
Trapper, do you like magic?
sure, like it well enough. Ain't got a bone in my body for it though.
You don't have. How are you? I mean, I'm not a doctor, but don't things need bones to live?
What I'm saying is, I ain't good at magics.
Oh. Well, I can do some cool things, like this, and I'll do the same kind of magic show that I was doing at the bar the first session, of like doing like little fireworks with the minor illusion, improved minor illusion, and all that.
Roller performance.
Dear.
Dustin legitimately wants to look at the rooms now, so he's following.
He doesn't seem too thrilled. He's like, you should go talk to Mr. Skaggerhill. He can show you real magics.
Mr. Who?
Skaggerhill. And he kind of is like, our mayor.
Where can I find him? And like I can get this information off screen camera.
Yeah.
You can.
So Xanroar is following Sarah. Anybody else following?
Dustin is too because he legitimately wants to look at the rooms now.
What's Ara up to?
We're going to see the rooms, yes?
Yes. Okay.
I'm just going to be kind of looking around for just... I'm getting a weird vibe going on. I'm just going to stay on it.
Are you staying with Skippy or are you coming up with us?
Oh, Skippy's... he's fine to handle himself.
I can literally turn myself into a...
Yep, you're fine. I'm going with the others to find out what's going on.
So she'll head you upstairs, and she's like, well, most of our, like, speaking kind of loud as you're heading upstairs, so most of our rooms are the exact same, but they're clean and dry. They'll keep you warm at night, and just, you know, standard, stay at our hotel, spiel. And she'll open one of the rooms to let them go inside, and it's, you know, it's rustic, but it's not dirty. It's fine. And she's kind of peeking around the hallway before stepping in behind you, leaving the door a little bit open. She's like, so, you looking for them folk that was here?
Indeed. Ara, do you mind watching the door? You're kind of more perceptive than the rest of us,
right.
just in case.
Yes, I'll keep an eye out. If you would mind stepping in, I'll take up your spot by the door, darling.
Just keep the door open a bit.
All right.
Pa'll get upset if he hears I'm in here with the two strapping young men.
I understand. I'll keep it open. But do tell us more.
And her like really cheerful demeanor kind of like shifts a bit, and like her shoulders get a bit more tense, and she's like, yeah, I seen them guys. I was here. I was the one that took care of the room.
What happened?
I got a proposition for y'all. I'll tell you everything I know. And she's speaking kind of hush-hush like. She's like, if you get me out of here.
You don't want to be here, and he speaks in the same hush-hush.
My pa's fixing to marry me off to some old guy that been in this town. He wants us all to stay in this town, and I don't want to stay in this town no more. And I don't want to get married just yet. Maybe I want to learn to be a wizard like Mr. Scaggerhill. I don't know. I ain't never gonna get a chance. I don't want to stay here. You get me out, I'll tell you all I know about them two fellas.
That's fair enough. From personal experience, I knew a number of people in my old town that wanted to get out of it.
Smuggling people also might be a specialty of some of ours.
We've all done it.
How easy of a sleeper is your
I
father?
don't think all of us have done it, but
I think everybody here but Dustin.
How easy of a sleeper is your father?
Pretty light. He weren't lying about being a trapper. He'd been out in the wilds most his life.
oh, you don't need to worry about that. I have a certain spell that should make movement very quiet. He won't hear a single thing.
Do we want to drug him?
Oh no, I have. It's called silence.
Has he hurt? Has he hurt you?
Nah, he does love us, but he married us all off to his friends.
That's just kind of creepy, and
He's really
Just
overprotective, and he'll only let us marry people he trusts.
Well, while this is all good and fine, I'm sensing an order of operations thing. If these people are still within the town and we get you out, how are we to get back in without looking very suspicious should things go wrong?
Don't gotta worry about that.
We don't.
She shakes her head.
Very well.
Hold. Can I do an insight check on her?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I? All right, I'm going to guide myself for this as well, just because I want to be really sure.
She is absolutely confident in what she's saying.
I'm just like looking over her shoulder at you, just like kind of arms raised and like a huh?
I give Ara a nod. I believe her.
There's a caravanserai north of here. Just get me there and I should be fine. Could book passage with a caravan or something. Get somewhere good.
Well, all right. Here's
How far?
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
As a person who ran away from their home, I have to ask you this: do you have something that'll carry you, such as money or food or anything, to that journey?
I can get some. I mean, I live here. Pa trusts me. I guess he shouldn't, but he does.
Hey, big guy.
Hmm?
Well, actually, never mind. Carry on.
Well, are we okay with this? Are we going to do this?
Honestly, I
fine with
think it's a good thing by my books. Everyone should have a choice in life.
It's true. All right. And if you were to leave, what would you do? What do you want to do?
She shrugs. Ain't sure yet. Ain't had a lot of. I mean, I've been working in this place since I could walk. We got horses here. Pretty decent with them.
Oh, I like it. I mean, it can be done. We just gotta, I guess, for us at least, come up with a plan what we're gonna be doing.
And what is your timeline on this? Would you like to leave tonight, tomorrow?
As soon as possible. And you start hearing like footsteps out in the hall.
Well, this was a wonderful room. I think it will suit us just fine. Thank you so much.
I like the carpet. Is there a carpet? Is there? I don't even know. Oh.
Xanroar's kind of pushing Dustin toward the door. I think we'll take 4 rooms for tonight. I think that should be fine. And he'll just kind of bend down and just whisper, "We'll get you out tonight."
And she nods, and you see like one of the other, you're guessing, sisters, like older, heading down the hall, like carrying a basket of like old sheets and laundry that she's collecting from the rooms currently.
I'll make sure the door like quietly swings open a few more inches while we're still inside, just so it doesn't look suspicious, you know.
And as she passes, like Sarah will just kind of like smile and wave at her sister, who'll just nod back.
Well,
4 rooms.
Yep. Just follow me back downstairs, and I'll get you sit right up.
I'm planning on heading to the convenience store. Does anybody want to come?
Yes, I will
Yes, after we secure
join
the
you.
rooms.
All right, that's fine.
Actually, I'll catch up. I'll go down and procure the rooms and make sure our bird friend isn't doing anything heinous.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think we all have to walk down that way. I just want to go and get some stuff. There's some stuff that I need.
Of course.
Let's all head down, and then we can head out and then discuss everything.
Yes. All right.
I'm so curious. What has Skippy been doing with Track?
So you come down, and Skippy is basically doing a magician's routine, but with minor illusion. So like he'll like stick his wing into his hat, and then he'll minor illusion a rabbit in the hat, and then pull the hat down, so it looks like he's pulling a rabbit out of the hat, and stuff like that. Just different variants of minor illusion, maybe some prestidigitation in there to give some cool effects, but yeah, nothing, no fireballs or anything.
Yet.
I'm waiting.
Well, I guess we're all down there now.
Okay, so.
I'll make my way to the counter where Trappy is.
And Sarah will bring her over and explain they want 4 rooms. And
I'll interject and say, we worked out payment upstairs. It should be handled. Our friend Xanroar covered it, right? I'm just like looking at Sarah.
I'm taking care of it myself. Just letting you know they're gonna stay. I got the books in the back. And Trappy's like, yes, fine with me. More than merry. That's why I opened this place.
Then we're just gonna avoid eye contact with Trappy and head outside.
Yeah, I'll collect the keys or whatever I need to, and then catch up with them eventually.
Yep.
Oh, he's just waiting outside for everyone.
Mr. Trappy, can I ask you one more question before I go?
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Sure,
Has there ever been any other wizards that have come here? Cause see, we're actually trying to find somebody's house. Somebody's had their house stolen from them. And so I was wondering if a wizard by the name of Bowen has ever come through here. He is normal human height with brown human hair. Kind of looks like Hosier.
What?
He's like, well, now that you're mentioning it, Mr. Skaggerhill's got some visitors. He's like, I think he's just, I don't know. They stopped in here a little bit. It's an old friend of his and his apprentice. Young blonde girl. You could tell her right away she don't belong here if you actually see her out.
Thank you. I will be making sure to stop by Mr. Skaggerhill's abode. He is welcoming. Is he welcoming?
He likes it if you send him mail.
Oh, okay. I will work on that. Mail. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Enjoy your stay. He actually has that like whistle on the S sounds. I'm just not able to produce that.
Hey there, sunny boys.
Yes, that exact thing. I can't do it. I've
So,
tried.
Gopher from Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
All right, let's all convene outside.
I guess he has red hair, doesn't he?
Guess we're gonna all start heading towards the general store up here.
That was over this way.
Oh yeah, the blacksmith was over here.
Yes.
The general store is here.
Yes.
Can I actually stop in to Trappy one more time and ask, would one of your daughters be willing to deliver a letter to Mr. Skaggerhill?
She don't need to do that. He's got a box set up right outside his fence. Should be
A
able-
bike?
A box.
Oh, a box. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't sure if like someone had to hand deliver him a letter. Okay. Cool.
So, wait, where's general store? Sorry, I'm all confused. This is new town, the thing.
I'm pinging it right here.
Well, let's go.
Just down the road.
All right.
So,
what do y'all think about all this?
He seemed really nice.
Yes, well, that's
I'm gonna
awkward.
fill Skippy on what happened upstairs, just for time's sake. So, to get more information on the gentleman, we're going to try and get her out tonight. At least that's what I think we should be doing.
I feel really bad. I really want to set her up with something. Maybe get her a little gold. Maybe get her a couple things from the general store. I know she said she can take care of it and handle it herself. I just feel really bad if something happened that
Also-
we prevented some.
Also,
Sorry, after you.
No, I totally interrupted you. That was my bad. But did we check her for a scrying spell?
Sorry, what?
A scrying spell. Like the last person that we saved from somebody and a group of people, they had a scrying spell on them. So we had to do the whole thing where the old Dragonborn guy came to the shop and then he removed the scrying spell. And then Xanroar got really weird saying, I have to repay my debt.
I think we should be all right.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
it's
think
the
we're
same
fine.
situation. Well, whatever the case may be, I want to do right by this person. I know the feeling of wanting to leave and kind of start anew, and I think I wasn't prepared, and I think we have the opportunity to prepare her. And I'd really enjoy it if we gave her something.
I tend to agree. I'm gonna go check out the forge and see if there's anything there that I think might be of use to somebody on the road.
I'll meet you over. I'm gonna try to look for more some armor because what I'm wearing right now ain't helping me very much.
What are you wearing right now?
I'll tell you in just a second. Chainmail.
Well, if
Yeah.
shit, that's over 200 or over 100. Given some time, Xanroar could make something, but
No problem. Whichever. I need to go to the general store first anyway. We'll talk about that at a different time.
Perhaps
have
we
a
can
look
get
for you.
ingredients for salad dressings.
Oh, I love that. I can also pick up some more produce too.
Yeah.
Just
Letter.
just so we're all on the same page. Is everyone all right with trying to get her out tonight?
That's fine. We just need to maybe make a plan because I don't
Indeed.
trust Trappy.
I was very impressed by your
I-
timeline, big guy.
Sorry, who are you talking to, little elf girl?
She's just looking at you, smiling.
Xanroar just kind of grumpy blank face. Anyways, my idea would be I have a spell called Silence. I can take 10 minutes and cast it over his room so he won't be able to hear, well, anything. It'll only last for 10 minutes, but we'll be able to get her out without him hearing and probably waking up then, and we can get out without a problem.
That solves the problem of him, but perhaps we're forgetting about the other sisters.
Well, it's depending on where all of them rest. It's a 20-foot radius, so I might be able to get to everyone, get them all.
We'll have to do
Oh.
some scouting, but that might be very useful.
Maybe we could ask her to just meet us not in the house.
I don't know if that's possible. Well, I don't. Even if one of the other girls were to see us, I don't think there would be enough time for when we get her out versus them going over there. I think we'll have enough time to get them out, and I don't necessarily think that the other sisters would have a problem based on what she said.
Which also leads me to believe this is a horse town, correct? Depending on how much gold we have, we might be able to buy some horses so we can quickly get out of town, or axe beaks if anyone is feeling like riding one of those.
I know we had one, but just for cover, and I'm not the brightest bulb in here, but
Don't say
can we
that. Yes,
buy
you
a
are.
cart and then put a sheet over so no one sees that there's anything?
Yeah, then they'll just think we have a ghost.
Or maybe
Well,
we can buy some barrels.
exactly.
Can we stuff her in a barrel?
That might be a bit much. I think just having a few objects in the back should be more than fine.
Also, speaking from experience, while you might be right that her sisters might turn the other cheek, but when it comes to cases like this, one of the other sisters might be jealous and force an ultimatum on us.
Mm.
Is that
Such
what
as
happened to
taking
you?
her too.
Indeed, such as taking her too. And no, that it has happened to me actually, but it's a possibility.
Well, I feel like we won't really know until we actually do the thing. My head is already starting to hurt from all this smarticle particling.
How
Very,
tall
very
is
well
she?
said.
How tall is she?
Average teenage height.
Like
Human.
3 skippies, 4 skippies.
Was she the youngest one?
From what you saw of who was there, yes.
Cool.
She's maybe almost 5 skippies tall.
5. Okay, hold on.
No,
Skippy is
2,
3 feet tall.
3.
2 skippies?
2 skippies?
No,
That'd be
like
6 foot
Skippy and
tall.
a half?
Skippy and a half.
Okay.
I don't know, my
Alright.
brain went, Skippy's a foot tall for a second there. I was like, no.
That's because we keep playing him as if he's a foot tall.
Yes.
Dustin
So
just steps. He's like, sorry, Skippy.
so what I could do is disguise self to look like her and then we sneak her out, and then I'm there looking like her, and then they all wake up in the morning, but where's she? And then there's a bird,
But
and then the
then,
bird flies away.
but then you're in the danger zone.
You could just fly away. I'm sure he can handle that.
Yeah, I'm a pretty flighty bird.
This may be a new concept, but I have an idea. Maybe. Skippy, you were doing something earlier when we walked down with like a bunny or something. Was that a real bunny?
I'm sorry, you'll need to say that.
You were doing something with a bunny earlier. Was that a real bunny? Or
It-
a rabbit?
Well, I am flattered that you thought so, but no. It
Can
is.
you make her?
One second, hold on. Do you mean similar to this? And I'll do like an image of her, but it is exactly 5 feet tall. Like, it can't get any higher than that.
I mean, it's something. So it looks kind of inconspicuous.
I can also make her do this. And, like, you'll just hear, Skippy's the greatest.
I agree.
Well, regardless, we should take care of whatever business we have in this town because we might be burning bridges tonight.
It's true.
Wait, why are we burning the bridge, too?
No, it's a saying. It's
a figure of speech, Skippy.
No.
I mean, before, like, if we are gonna leave, Skip, you want to visit that wizard fellow?
Ooh, yeah, he's across the bridge.
If we're gonna
He said
leave
who?
tonight- Sorry.
I was just making a joke at the fact that Skippy said who.
If we're gonna leave tonight, Skippy, I suggest you go over there and say something or try to do something.
Well, okay. And you can, like, tell that, like, something's on Skippy's mind. He just isn't, like, sure how to bring it up.
Are you alright?
Well, maybe
Skip?
Dustin can, but nope, I don't know about anybody else.
Are you alright, Skip? I know that face.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about stuff, but we can talk about it, not in public.
If you're sure. And he will, like, ruffle his feathers a bit.
Anyways, do you want? Let's all go do our shopping. Skippy will draft a letter to give to Mr. Slime Hill or whatever his name was, Gagger Hill, and we will proceed from there.
This is gonna go great.
So who wants to go first? What they're gonna do?
Dustin, are you looking for anything in particular? You wanted to go to the general store because it's a general store. You could get, the old standard stuffs from there. Or was there?
I do want to get something specific.
What
This
are
is
you
something
looking
that
for?
Dustin. Peppermints. A lot of peppermints. Wrapped peppermints.
I'm now very curious.
A lot.
me too.
Like 5 golds worth.
Gonna make a lot of gin and tonic.
They do have some peppermint, but it's not nearly as much as that. Like, it's candy. You're not gonna get like 5 golds worth here.
However much it is, Dustin will take all of it. And I'm also going to get 2 pairs of clothing, a couple rations, and I'm going to try to get at least maybe 10 to maybe 15 golds worth of produce as well as cooking supplies.
That's a lot. She would need a cart for that.
Okay.
Should probably pick up a
'cause-
cart too while you're there.
Yeah.
Let's have a trail of carts around the continent.
Yeah, right?
Yes. But you could definitely find that stuff. produce you could get her, but it's not going to be like as much as you think it is. Like you could you could definitely find stuff if like you're trying to like make a care package kind of thing.
Well, Dustin's getting the produce for himself,
Ah.
so he can make some more salads and such.
So
gain some
if
dressing
you're
for that.
getting a cart, then that would work.
Yeah, how much would be a cart?
I think I have the
Is there
under
15
basic
gold
yeah.
on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, under basic shopping, I generally have like basic stuff that you could get.
Banners.
I
Where's that?
like
oh,
if
oh, I see.
15 gold.
yes, I have. I made the little basic shopping handouts to make things easy.
Okay, yeah, he will definitely get a cart. Excuse me.
Brandy new cart.
So that's 15. He'll get 15 gold's worth of produce as well as how much is cooking? Is cooking supplies in here?
Guys, let's buy a warship.
Dude.
Is this something that we can work out like at a later time?
Cost for things?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and everything. Okay.
But
cool.
definitely cart would be a as it says 15 gold.
He'll pay the 15 gold. That's fine, and all the rest that we can talk about. I'll send you a list of what he wants to get, and then we can work out price later.
Because there are horses and axe beaks available for anyone who would be interested in that. But you do have
Dustin
Shelby.
isn't cheating on Shelby. All right. Once Dustin is finished, he'll come out and like having way too much in his hands. It goes, Skippy, I need a cart. We need to find a cart.
Skippy will try to pull over the newly purchased cart, but can't because I am Skippy.
Dustin will just like vomit everything onto the cart. All right, shall we find your friend guy thingy?
So what was Xanroar up to?
Yeah.
Xanroar was heading over to the forge/blacksmith area to see if there's any materials he can pick up, like if they have any iron or steel he could possibly buy.
So this the blacksmith here is a Dragonborn. He is green and he looks weathered, like he's been through some shit. Like there are definite scars on his arms and on his face, and he's working. The majority of what he's doing is like he does repairs, he does horseshoes. There are some swords around, swords and shields, but this isn't an armory. Like his focus is obviously on what the town needs. But there is stuff. He will sell what he's willing to share.
I'm basically just gonna approach, holding up my symbol of Gond. Good day to you, friend.
Good day, young man. What can I do for you? Looking for a new sword?
I pat the one at my hip. No, I think I'm fine there. I was hoping to pick up some materials for my personal use.
Metalsmith, are you?
Indeed. Made most of what I have.
And he kind of steps up close. He's covered in ash and such, and just gives him a once over. He doesn't like touch anything, but he nods. He's like, "Don't got a whole lot at the moment. What are you looking for?"
Any iron ingots you could spare. I just need the raw materials. I've run lower than I would prefer as of late.
How much are you looking for?
Maybe 5 gold worth. That's all I can really spare at the moment.
He nods and he'll go fetch that amount, and he has it in a box, boxed up for you, just thunk, right in front of you.
Yeah, Xanroar will nod and thank you for your time. If you don't mind my asking, he kind of gestures to some of the scars. Are you a fighter or a warrior in the past or something?
Came from Kor, and he gestures vaguely north. It's what we do up there.
Core. Do I know anything about Core?
Vaguely. It's kind of like the military hub of this country. It protects. It's like there's a vast open area in the mountains that they guard, and Core is kind of built around that area just to keep the riffraff from the other side out. If you want, roll a history.
All right, I'm gonna do it at disadvantage because I am not from this place at all.
You could have heard it along the way. You know, like you've heard, that there was at one point, like a bunch of years ago, there was a battle. Like they were actively fighting against stuff from the other side. You don't really know the details of it. Roughly 20, 30 years ago, details are fuzzy in your head, but you know that there was something big happened there, and but whatever it was, they seem to have won because nothing horrible is happening currently in the kingdom.
Fair enough. Also, if you do have a quarterstaff or something like that lying around.
Nah, it's not my wheelhouse, as they say around here.
He'll give a nod and a polite bow. Fair enough. Well, thank you for the iron. It's much appreciated.
Anything for a fellow artist.
He'll give another bow and head back to where everybody else is.
So, was Zara up to anything?
Yeah, I while they're inside procuring carts and mistletoe or not mistletoe, peppermint and things, I wanted to quickly go back to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
I want to. Well, I wanted to do 2 things. I wanted to talk to Trappy if he's still out and about in the main.
Yeah, he's not really doing much. It doesn't seem like his job is more greeting folk at this point. He's sitting by his desk, got his feet up, relaxing.
Excuse me.
Ish, young miss.
Uh, this might be a stretch, but you said you never forget a face, and I was wondering, have you ever seen someone that is eerily similar to me, but not me, come through here at any point?
He like narrows his eyes and looks her over, and kind of like curling the end of his beard around his finger. He's like, I've seen some elves, but he shakes his head. None that look quite like you.
All right, worth a shot. Thank you. That's all. I just wanted to ask. Thank you so much. And while I'm having this chat, I wanted to just look around and see if we could get like a layout of like what, if I can, just from like being in the main room, and from where I walked up from when we talked to Sarah before, if we could spot where the girls stay or where he stays, just like if I can get any idea of the setup.
The main entrance is like on this side of the building, like you come in between these two. Like I said, like this building particularly like seems like cobbled together from bits of things, like different things had been built onto it over time. It does come together, it looks like one building, but the main inn area is like the tavern and the kitchens and like the bar area on this bottom part here, and the stairs led up over here, and this is where the rooms are. From what you saw, you don't know if there's a way down into this place, but there is a door here that it's more area that you haven't been in.
And is that door on the outside or the inside?
The outside over here.
All right, that is good enough for me, and I'll go back to the where everyone is linking back up.
Yeah, I actually forgot to ask I can't believe I forgot to ask the blacksmith one more question. By chance, have you heard of the World Forge or any of the Tools of Gond by chance?
Just stories.
Anything, any story that might point to possible locations?
I will roll for that for funsies. He like the tip of his tail kind of flicks a little bit at that question, and I'm pretty sure that's with the dwarves. You know,
Sorry, you
the
might have cut off. All I heard,
it's like
all I heard was something the dwarves.
Not the dwarves.
last I heard, it's something's with the dwarves. Not sure which piece.
Which dwarves might that be? I'm kind of new to this
The old ones.
island.
Ones that ain't here.
Skippy.
And where were they before they disappeared?
Can you hear me? Is my microphone being a butt?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. It's like, ninth they disappeared. You know, the Taurodon dwarves. And you would know it's a big kingdom. It's like the main kingdom of the dwarves, and they are old. Like they boast that their family lines go back to before the desolation that like wrecked a lot of the world. So and like any dwarves settlements anywhere on the planet essentially, those dwarves at some point had originated from there.
And the Taurodon had a piece, or one of the pieces, and somewhere. Where do you know where the Taurodon had a settlement or city here on this island?
Not on this island. There are dwarves here, but they consider themselves their own thing. This this was years ago. Still back up in core. Had one of the from the clan Taurodon come through. And they heard him boasting that they had something or other there. Don't know how true that is. You know how dwarves get with their drink and their stories.
Indeed. did you happen to catch the name of the settlement or whatnot that he was referring to?
He
who
was
were
from
boasting?
he was from Toradon. That's where he was from. Had the whole crest and everything on his armor.
And where might the dwarves in these parts be from? Or be located?
Northwest, I think. I ain't been there myself. Double checking. Yep, northwest. It's in one of the mountains up that way, far west of Mnemoneris.
Well, it's something to go on. Thank you very much.
Whatever you say. Like I said, don't know how true that is.
And then I'll return to the group.
So, I left Shelby near the cart. I told her to protect the cart. I put her with the cart. I'm not betraying Shelby.
And
Shelby's
where'd
my
you
only
put the
hope.
cart?
I'm gonna post it up against by the inn. Does the inn have a post where I can leave horses?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna post Shelby up there. Just stroke Shelby, give her a little bit of the horse food. Just be careful, Shelby. Look out for anybody weird. Trust you. Skippy, are we gonna go there first, or should we wait for the others?
Well, I think everybody's here right now.
So.
Are we going to head to see Skippy's new friend, the mayor?
Sure.
Everyone but Skippy, actually.
Okay.
You notice that, like, as you're heading down this way, kind of coming out of this house here, fumbling a bit, is a pretty blonde girl, half elf, apparently glasses, very, like, the way she dresses is way more like upper class than you're seeing everything. Like, she's got a dress, like, gown thing, not like so upper, like she's not like nobility, but she's not dressed like a farmer. And she just kind of like fumbles out of this house this way, and she's heading this way. She's carrying a big book.
Do I notice the book?
Yes, Skippy.
Roll a Who asked that? Whoever did, roll a perception.
Skippy
Damn.
asked that.
Who was whispering to Xanroar?
Dustin was. Xanroar, that person is going by the fence. Is that? Do you think? Didn't Trap guy mention something about a blonde girl?
Something about the assistant of the mayor, or I don't know, apprentice maybe. I wasn't fully paying attention to that. I was more interested in other things.
The mayor, who is a wizard, sometimes has friends come around, and there was an apprentice. I wasn't sure if it was the mayor's or one of his friends' apprentices that was a pretty blonde girl. It wasn't Lena, though, because Lena had black hair.
Do you want to go make friends? I think she's heading to that house.
Oh, I don't want to impose. I'm already a taken man.
Yeah, you want to go meet some other wizards? Skip it, go for it. Make some new friends.
Okay.
I believe in you, Skippy.
I will flap over to the girl.
I was grew up so fast.
So she's approaching the fence over here, and she, like, how do you approach her?
I just
As you are
flap up. next to her and land and just say, "Hi, I'm Skippy."
She nearly jumps out of her skin. She's like, oh, oh.
And then, so I'm going to react because she's scared. I'm like, "Ah, is it a mouse?"
No,
Oh, okay. I hate mice.
you're one of the Gwaihir, aren't you? Oh, and she suddenly looks like more amazed, and kind of
Uh-oh.
like kneels down. It's like, where did you come from? How did you get here?
Oh, well, where did I come from? Well, I came in by the south this morning. I stayed in the tower that was out in the fields.
Oh, you were in the tower?
Yeah,
I heard about
that,
the tower.
that was my tower. I made. Just gonna kind of puff up a little bit. I made that. It was kind of a spell that I had been working on for a little bit to help my friends because we're adventuring, and I'm trying to learn about new magics. And someone mentioned that you might know the wizard, the wonderful wizard, who's odd. Nobody else laughed at that, but I thought it was hilarious.
Pretty good.
Xanroar is shaking his head.
But you don't seem odd. You seem cool. But I'm sorry. I'm Skippy. Hello. I'm from the sky.
I know. My name's Anariel. I'm not from the sky, but
That's cool.
like she has that look where she has 1,000 questions she wants to say, but they're all getting stuck.
Oh no, there's another one.
Yes, you wanted to see Mr. Skaggerhill, or Mr. Spellhammer. Who are you looking
Miss-
for?
Okay, first off, the name Spellhammer is the coolest. Skippy doesn't have a last name, so well, if there's two wizards, both, I made a letter for you. Well, not for you, for Mr. What's his name? Oh my gosh.
Skaggerhill.
Skaggerhill. I keep want to say Slime Hill. Well, I wrote a letter from Mr. Skaggerhill, and I'll like hand it to her. But if there's another wizard, I would definitely love to talk to him because I have so many questions. Don't you ever hate that when like you have all these questions, but you don't know how to ask them all because they're like all there? And
Yes, they just get all clogged up sometimes. Like
I know.
my mind runs faster than my mouth can keep up. But
Even have told me I'm not allowed to ask like how fire you are because I met this guy who was made out of fire. Well, he was kind of a platypus that was made out of fire. Yeah.
and she giggles a bit at that. She's like, I'm not made of fire at all. I'm actually not very good at fire.
Oh, I can show you fire.
That's okay. I do need to get back. Spellhammer is my master. He's teaching me. We came here to visit Mr. Skaggerhill, but I could deliver the letter for you. I'm sure he'll let you in.
Oh, that would be. Can I walk with you? Or well, I hop. I can't really walk, but can I hop with you?
Sure. It's not that far. You won't be able to come in though.
That's okay. That happens a lot.
And they'll head off towards the gate. Is anyone else doing anything?
Watching with bewilderment.
Xanroar kind of picks his jaw off the ground from this and kind of looks over to Ara. I should probably not tell him that I know that I can actually perform marriages, should I?
No, most certainly not.
I love the spell.
Ceremony? Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, you need a spell to perform a marriage?
Well, I have a spell that the very last thing I could do is marriage. I think I first would have to perform coming of age on Skippy first, though.
I think mid combat, you should just marry Dustin to the enemy.
It takes an hour to cast.
It's gonna be a
Who am I
long
being
combat.
married off to?
I don't know.
Gelatinous cube.
It
Um,
fits.
So Skippy and everyone else, if you're following along,
Oh,
the
of course.
closer you get to this fence, the more weird it looks. Like their perspective gets all sorts of wonky, and almost like it's going from like 3D wooden fence posts to 2D sort of plastered in the air. Look, it looks like it's painted on nothing the closer you get to the fence.
I'm sorry, I missed a little bit of that. What's plastered?
Well, this fence here, the wooden posts,
Mhm.
the further away you are, they look like 3D fence posts, but the closer you get, the more they kind of like their perspective distorts and they look almost like they're definitely painted on. They kind of look like they're painted on the air, like they're flat when you get up close to them.
As I get close, I'm gonna look at them and be like, fascinating. I'm just kind of like inspecting these. I'm gonna like touch them a little bit.
You kind of get like the whole area, like you poke it with a claw and it like buzzes a little. It's definitely magic, but it feels more like a shield than like a fence because it's flat. Like, I think he was just trying to keep up the farmland aesthetic.
Well, that it's working very well. Because I would have never known until I got like right up. So wait, you're a wizard. What,
I am, yes.
what's your school of magic?
Divination.
That is awesome.
Well,
I
I'm trying. My master's much better at it than I am.
I do illusion magic myself because it just always made people a little bit more happy when you could do cool illusion. So I thought that I would do that.
I think that's the best thing a wizard could do.
Me too. That's actually why the 3 people that have been following us for the last little bit have been hanging around me because I can do pretty cool wizard stuff, and they think that's pretty cool.
Why else have magic, right?
Right.
And as they get to here, she's like, I'm gonna go in now, and I'll let them know, and you'll should get a letter back, and that's what'll let you in.
Okay. Just name because I never really knew my family. So Skippy from the Sky Walker. Skippy the Sky Walker. That is my name. Everybody calls me that.
Well, I think that's a lovely name. My name's Inario Baines. It's nothing interesting.
Really? I've never heard that name before. I think it is the coolest.
Well, thank you very much, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.
Yeah, I'm staying at the wheelhouse, kind of. That's all I can say.
All right.
And I will hop away. Actually, I'll just fly away. I don't need to hop anymore.
There's like a little hesitation as she passes through here, but then she trots off.
So, Skippy,
How'd it
you
go?
have a new friend?
Yes, that was Inaria Bane.
So confident on that name.
Baines. Yep, Inario Baines. Had to look it up.
How'd it go? What did you learn?
I will receive a letter and that is how I can get in. The fence is not real. Right on.
We could kind of tell.
I don't know if I learned anything else. Oh, there's another wizard. Spellhammer.
Do you think his hammer is made out of spells?
Wouldn't that be so cool if it was?
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Xanroar looks down at his own hammer. Hmm.
Well, I mean, what else do we need to do for the night's rest?
Don't
It's
think there's.
probably not even like lunchtime yet.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, I have a number of things I could work on while we wait for nightfall.
We should relax.
Yeah, when's
What?
the last time we've just relaxed? And
When do we take a rest? Like an actual time to breathe.
Well, we do have planning to do.
We do.
Work is my rest.
If that ain't true.
I can still speak. I can, if we set up somewhere, I can still talk while we plan, while I work.
All right. I think I also need to tend to Bertha, and he pets his bulb. Which reminds me, how is Bertha coming along? Is she looking healthy?
She's a couple days older than you saw her before.
Oh, yeah, Bertha. Yeah, Bertha.
All right, let's
Probably
go to the rooms.
More likely a couple hours older than the last time you looked at her. Her and
Still proud.
One, Brad, Mama.
How distant, how far away are we from those farming, those farms away from this town?
they're mostly just outside. You were still coming from closer to the forest, which is what took you so long to get in here, but they generally circle the whole town.
Dustin has something he wants to do, but if anyone wants, I don't mind.
nope, Skippy is just gonna kind of be waiting.
Xanroar's gonna do some work on some of his. I think he's gonna work on his. Yeah, he's gonna work on the Iron Man armor enchantment. It's what I'm calling it, and I love it.
What'd you want to do, Dustin?
Dustin wants to go out to where those farms are, because he's never met another farm like such as that. Just to the different farms and things out there, say from RP, and just see how they grow their things. See if he can make any notes and tips, and just get a sense of what they grow here. If it's more of one thing or if it's different things.
Generally, they do different things. Different families do different things, and they all have their sections of land that they work, and they tend to help each other out because they're like I said, this town is mostly self-sufficient when it comes to farming and just keeping themselves. They do have other animals. It's general farm life. It's just on a larger scale than what you're used to, but the concepts are the same.
Dustin is just wide-eyed, like a
you're
kid in a candy
like
store.
there's probably you're seeing stuff that's probably more, what's it, streamlined, or just more effective in the way they go about the same concepts that you're used to, just because they have to be, because they're feeding a town as opposed to feeding just a family.
Let's see. Dustin will like the kid in the candy store walk around and just wide-eyed, bushy-tailed. When he sees a full family, he's gonna try back away, and like go to a different one so he doesn't sort of look at that family. But it's just like going around making notes, looking at the soil, just not like actually going in, but like from a distance, see what the techniques they're doing, so you can bring it back to the what is the name escaping me? The detective agency, so you can do some more plotting and planning.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what Dustin wanted to do.
Cool. So I just saw Nelson needs to leave soon. Do you guys want to do some planning and then we could pick up next week? Because going into the manor is more Skippy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Like, Xanroar would just like to take the day to work on the cast on armor or the Iron Man armor enchantment.
Mm-hmm. So, do you have any
Also,
ideas for the plans, or do you want to stop here?
For the plans for the manor or the plans for the sneaking the girl out.
For Sarah.
For Sarah heist.
Xanroar just reiterates his main idea of simply casting silence over her overprotective father, and we using the cart to simply skip town in the middle of the night.
I mean, if we want to go an extra level deep, if Skippy's able to create that manifestation thing, we can put that one in her bed. So look like she's sleeping still, so nothing looks like weird. And we can sneak
But
her out.
we also don't know. I went back to take a look. Couldn't find where they sleep. There is an adjacent building, but I didn't see anyone go in or out.
Also, what if we just waited till tomorrow and then we were like, hey, Mr. Trapper, can Sarah help us load up the cart? And then, we will pay him for her help. And then she'll come and help us load the cart. But what they don't realize is that what we're loading the cart with is Sarah. And then we just drive away as fast as we can.
I don't think that's a bad idea, but we did tell her we're leaving tonight.
Yeah.
And to be completely honest, I don't think we have the time really. If they've already left, if they were already here in town in the last 2 days, that is 2 days that we are behind. We are wasting a whole day trying to wait for tonight to break her out. We don't exactly have the time to wait around.
Indeed.
Do we have access to call that wizard? Is that thing back up again in time? I don't know.
You mean Bowen? I
Yeah.
think it should come back online in 2 days.
This is day 6, so
Tomorrow.
Can we ask him about those two men, see if he's seen anything about them, if it knows them?
Again, it'll have to be tomorrow.
So this will actually bring up a good point. Skippy will kind of usher everybody over, to the bank of this little pond, and bring up something that he's been kind of mulling over. And he's going to sit there and be like, Dustin and Xanroar, have you guys kind of been wondering, if the guy who hired us to find the tower is, he's, I'm sure this is, definitely. What do you think that he might maybe small chance, totally tiny chance, a bad guy?
What is it, Skip?
Oh, I don't know if you guys heard that live.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. I heard that.
Okay, I whispered that, so I
Thinking-
picked that up.
Oh,
This
I
is
did,
Skip
my bad.
thinking he might be a bad guy.
You mean Bowen?
Is that what I said?
Out of game.
Yes, Bowen.
Honestly, I have no idea.
Is he
But
paying?
He is paying.
Then why does it matter?
Well,
'Cause-
I see your point, Ara. But at the same time, I see Skippy's point too. We don't know. And I think this is, if we're going to find out if he's evil or not, this isn't something we can find out now. I think once we meet those two men, we can know a little bit more.
Well,
We can,
oops, sorry.
no,
Uh,
I was going to say, if you are eventually going to talk to Mr. Scraggle Chin, I don't know, Scraggle Kill,
Slimy
then
Hill.
Scraggle Hill, yeah. You can maybe ask him how well he knows about Bowen. Maybe look up some things about him.
I mean, I imagine they have to know each other in some sort. His tower is only like, what, 3 days away?
Do all wizards know each other?
Oh, okay. Do all farmers that run away from home know each other?
Ooh.
Settle down, settle
Dustin will
down.
get quiet.
Skippy,
sorry.
Dustin, now is not the time for that. In regards to Bowen and whatnot, for now, we still have to try and find his property, if it is his property, but we still need to find it for now. And the way I see it is, if it isn't his, then we can return it to its proper owner, and if it is his, we deliver it to him, and we get paid.
Well, I'm not questioning that the tower's his. I'm sure it's his. But, like, what if by giving him back his tower, something really bad? That
The question you need to ask yourself, I believe, is do his goals intervene with yours? And if the answer is no, then what does it matter?
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know if Mara would want to marry the bird that got a ton of people killed.
So then the answer would be yes in that case.
See, one day, when I take Mara to a brothel, I am going to be a good bird.
Xanroar exhales deeply.
And
One problem at a time.
I think you guys said that like 3 problems
Oh,
ago.
sorry.
Yep.
All right. On that note, though, if anybody wants to control Skippy for the night, feel free. But the player has to go to sleep.
Farewell.
Fare you well, my sweet
Well,
child.
Good luck.
Thank you. Just, saving the world. That's not true. All right. Good night.
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 Bye.
What now, my friends?
Dustin isn't gonna say anything. He's just sort of gonna dig his thumb into his other like hand, and he's just gonna get up really without saying anything and just walk away. And just sort of just going to, not really saying much.
Where is he going?
He's
Just
just like
away?
walking back the way they came.
Well, this is suboptimal.
Yeah. Definitely. I don't really do the whole talking thing well. Here. Sandra's just gonna kind of hold out Skippy to Ara. You look after him. I'll go check up with Dustin.
Oh, all right. Hello.
Hi, I'm Skippy. Sorry.
That's all he says for the rest of the night. Like a tape recorder.
What happened?
I just picked up Skippy, handed him to her as I went to go follow Dustin, and she said hi, and then I said, "Hi, I'm Skippy."
I feel like Skippy right now currently is just like one of those plush toys that when you squeeze it, it makes a noise, and that's what it says.
I know.
Oh, he's probably puffs up into a ball and then quickly flies away because you gave him
Yeah,
the
I'll
car.
see right now.
Everyone's running away from each other.
I'm chasing after Dustin to make sure he's okay.
Dustin isn't walking like too fast. He's just walking at this point, going towards the farm.
Then we'll catch up with him and walk with him for a little bit, and kind of
I just need to
awkwardly.
get out of that. I just need to clear my head for a little. Sorry.
You that really sunk in deep, didn't it?
It brought up some not great memories. I don't think Skippy meant anything harmful by it, but it didn't
I
really
don't think
sit well in
Skippy
my
really
stomach.
means anything harmful ever.
No, I don't think so. But it doesn't change the fact that that brought up some pretty bad memories, and he kind of like scratches his arms a little bit.
Some more quiet walking for a little bit. Do you want to talk about it?
It's not something that I'm keeping as a real secret. I don't mind talking about it. Um, I did live on a farm when I was I didn't live in this continent when I was a child. I lived in a different one, and when I was very young, I moved over here. Uh, my uh, my dad had the mask of a good person, but when the lights went out, his actual vistage would appear, and he was a mage slayer. Whatever, I guess, whatever they preach in the other continent, they did not lack magic at all. And one night I couldn't sleep. I couldn't, and I went out and just for a walk, and here I heard something. I heard a noise. I wasn't sure what it was, and the general instinct was to run. And I looked in and saw my father holding a blood knife. Bloody knife. But after that, I sort of left. I didn't think his views sort of aligned with mine. He was trying to teach me what he was teaching me, and I couldn't. I really couldn't. So
Somewhere.
those sort of memories sunk in deep. And
Yeah,
he,
Xanroar kind of puts a hand on his shoulder.
they're old memories. They're memories from the past. I still think about them, but I don't let them get too much anymore.
Yeah, that's not the greatest situation to grow up on.
Nah.
Seeing, especially seeing someone you trust as much as a father doing something so against your own beliefs, it's hard to cope.
A little bit, but that's why I know I'm not a father to Skippy. I don't think I'll ever be a father to Skippy. If I can be someone that protects Skippy from people like that, I'd really like to. And I don't, like I said, I don't think he did that to her. But past wounds, it's fine. What about you? Are you do you that you went to that place for that Smitham place? Did you get any information about that?
He just kind of waves it off. Just more stories. Possible lead about up, up some dwarf bragging about having one of the tools, but they're not from this continent, or so. I don't know what to make of it. Possibly meet up with the dwarves here, somewhere to the northwest. It's a lead. It's not much.
Hey, at least it's something that we can help you find out with.
No, yeah. Once we're done with our current adventure. But yeah, I can see why you're so protective of Skippy now. It makes a lot of sense.
I wish Temperance was here, and I feel like she would have better words to say, would know how to react in a situation like this, but she isn't, and she's also going through her thing. And I'm just trying to make sure everybody around us is fine. Because if we cannot work together and we're not on the same page, I don't think we're going to be able to do much of anything.
That's fair. And I kind of tap where the little crow is hanging on my hip. Though I'm sure she'll have some wise words whenever she pops back in. After, of course, hounding us and probably berating Skippy for something.
Probably
Kind
anything.
of tries to give a comforting smile, but it looks kind of weird on his face, but he's trying.
Dustin appreciates it. He'll give another smile back. You kind of get the sense that what was said hurt, but he's taking it in strides, and he's not letting it get to him very much. He just needed to clear his head. Anyway,
Do
you
you?
have some work you got to do, right?
I want to do some work on a little custom thing.
Can I
Might
help you
make
with anything?
Not likely, unless you somehow know a lot about enchanting.
That isn't my wheelhouse. I can just hit things very hard.
I'm mostly the same, but it's worth a try, and it will definitely help us and probably a number of other adventurers. Or, well, Xanroar is actually going to open up a bit and go into a bit of detail on what he's planning. It's this enchantment. The idea is so either men on guard or travelers can rest without the need to be constantly wearing their armor like yourself. And personally, I find it very annoying to sleep in the heavy armor that I wear. Basically, the idea is to be able to take on your armor in but a moment instead of taking the full 10 minutes to put it on each and every time.
Where would the armor go?
The idea is to incorporate a stand for the armor, so it will simply be next to you. Basically the idea is it's like cast off armor, except for cast on, but you have to be within 5 feet of the armor to don it as an action. Kind of like the Iron Man suit of armor suddenly jumping onto Tony Stark.
Interesting. Yeah, Dustin's going, well, I don't know much about magic. That could be useful for a lot of people, especially for like war effort. People are gonna watch something
Exactly.
happen.
I'm thinking less for war and more for general guards or
Even
town's
adventurers.
watch. Adventurers as well.
That's amazing, Xanroar.
Well, I make the best to defend the rest.
You make the best in general. I wish I had your knowledge on some things.
I just know how to make stuff. That's about it.
And that's the best thing of all. You create things into this world, things that people can use and to protect themselves and keep themselves alive. That's what I love. That's why I like growing things. I like growing things that people can sustain themselves with and keep them alive, because that's what we are. That's our mortality is all we have.
We all got our specialties, eh?
Dustin's gonna stretch up and look at the sky. He's going, should we go back to R and see what they're doing? I do not trust Skippy and R together.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if when we get back, we have an owl feather pillow ready.
Oh god, Temperance will kill every single person.
I gotta look down and realize that she's able to hear everything that we've been saying. Right.
Sorry, Temperance.
Temperance.
Well, no, I don't know if she's.
That was just a joke, Temperance. Just a joke. He's not hiding it. Like she's right there on his hip.
Oh, Temperance, we love you. Hope you come back soon.
We'll
yeah.
try and work on a way on dispelling this curse from you as well. I guess we'll head back to where Ara and Skippy were at that point.
Skippy is probably flown off a bit. So what's
Dreaming
Ara up
of
to?
New
Oh,
girl.
just reading a book. One of the books that's from the cave. She's just sat down next to the pond because it's a nice scene, and she's reading in the afternoon light.
So what now, all?
Xanroar's gonna take out his it's by the little pond. It's nice enough. He's gonna take out his table and his chair and start working on the enchantment.
Well, that's going on. Let me see if I have something here. Do I have it? Do I have it? I don't know if I have it. No, I guess not. I thought I had some to play with, like a flute or something, but I guess I don't. I guess also around the pond, Dustin will start doing some care work on Bartholomew, and just making sure they're fed, watered, healthy, feeding, and making sure Shelby's okay.
Oh yeah, he's also taking out his pipe of smoke monsters and just kind of, as he smokes, little chewingas come out and just kind of dance around. That thing got to him, man.
So, are we going to call it here, or was there anything more you wanted to do?
I didn't have any more planning.
Before we end, can Dustin sort of sneak his way? What are there windows in these areas by the inn?
Yeah, down here there are like big windows on like the front and the side over here. A couple over here, but not as many.
What Dustin would like to do is sneak over whenever he's done with what he's doing by Shelby.
Done moping?
Is snooping, making sure no one can see him, and seeing if he can see like where the sisters sort of like gather into to rest. Because what Ara said before, that she couldn't find it, Dustin wants to see if he can get a gander at maybe finding out where that could be.
Roll a sneak.
Roll a sneak. This is either going to be real good, real bad.
That's generally how it goes.
Oh, there's a lag, right?
Yeah, it might be a minute.
Okay. Oh, I did take the first one. I did 3 by accident.
So, what kind of armor are you wearing?
Chainmail.
Clang, 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 clang. Where are you looking?
He's trying to do the dun 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 up by the window over here. Dun, dun,
My
by
God.
saying it out
I
loud.
love it.
He's gonna do a couple somersaults.
Ara's just looking from the over
It's
from
very,
her
it's
book and
very
just shaking it.
fumbly, and like you could hear him like his chain clanging around from like where you are. So
Xanroar is not even looking up. He's just
She's
standing there.
minorly insulted.
So you peek in the window, and really the only thing in that part of the building is like the tavern area. There are a couple people, just the people that are staying in the place, hanging out, playing cards. You see one of the sisters happen by and just sort of pause and look directly at you and just sort of raise an eyebrow.
Once they look over, Dustin is gonna do like, if he's over here, if he's over here, he's gonna do like the tree pose and try to imitate a tree, and just hope no one.
Oh, I was thinking more like Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Pull the lever,
He has the
Kronk!
physique for it. Also, what he wants to do is while he's there, why not kill two birds with one stone? Is see what Trappy's doing. Does Trappy have any mannerisms, like going into the bag, going back in, jittery, like something from like when he's not being talked to?
Not really. He's just hanging out, like leaning back, snoozing. He's got his cane, walking stick, just leaning up against his chair.
Cool. And this will back over, doing also more somersaults, landing on his ass a couple times, getting up, walking back.
You have so much to learn.
Did I do good?
There was some moments of inspiration. Moments, but in general, the whole form needs some.
Teach me, Ara. I'm willing to learn.
Alright, well, firstly, don't ever somersault unless someone's attacking you.
Should I backflip?
Nope. Well, I mean, it would be cool, but it increases. Landing on your feet after a flip tends to be loud. Also,
Dustin is taking out his notebook and starting to write.
knowing what you're good at is a very good skill to have. For example, I know that if I need a door ripped off its hinges, I'm not the one to go to, and you two are. But if somewhere needs sneaking into, I'm perfectly suited for that. And I know that. And that's why having a team that is diverse and knows that they are not sneaky when somersaulting is key.
It sounded like it was going to be a really impactful speech, and then you got disappointed.
It's just I haven't had to
surprised
teach.
you're surprised by that.
Listen, I'm not. This is. I was made for court and sneaking and other nefarious activities. I was never a teacher.
What other things, though, other than courting and sneaking and killing people? You have to have some, like, other hobby.
Oh, I do enjoy painting and playing chess.
You play chess. Well, I don't know how to play chess. Let's paint. You know what we should do while we have time, since we are waiting for this couple? Let's do some painting.
All right.
And Dustin will go over to the general store, get a bunch of paints if possible.
You can get some, but it's not like they sell more the like I need to whitewash my fence kind of paints.
This is fine, and he'll see getting like good enough. Do canvases exist at this time?
Yes, absolutely. You're not gonna find them here though.
Okay. We could paint Shelby.
This is not an art creating location.
The wagon.
Could let's paint the wagon. Yeah, let's paint the wagon.
I instantly regret it.
Dustin will realizing he doesn't have any like things to paint with, he'll just use his hands and start making things and putting it on the wagon.
She just
After
looks
this, I had nothing else.
incredibly bewildered.
Xanroar's just working on his enchantment.
And Skippy's still saying I am Skippy. But I don't know if anything else. Anybody has anything else. That's it for me.
No, that's aside from a heist. I think that's all I had.
Sounds good, and maybe next week Temperance will be back in to tell us how crazy we are for attempting such a thing.
Oh, I can't wait.
Should be lovely. Thanks, internets, for putting up with us.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.